Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am the Y2K collector, and I am back at you on this Wednesday with a midweek video. And I wanted to kick off something a little bit different. It's something that I'm going to be starting on my channel, and it's going to be Import Wednesdays, right? And I know that sounds so cheesy. I tried to make that sound, as amazing as I could, but it really is going to be an amazing time. And the reason why it's going to be an amazing time is because I'm going to be showing you a different segment of my collection. I don't know if I've shown this on my page before, on my channel before, but I do talk about the Sega Saturn quite often, and I don't really know if I've ever shared any of my Saturn games with the channel. So I figured I'd go ahead and do that now, and I figured I'd kick that off with first the imports that I have for the Sega Saturn. And the Sega Saturn is an amazing console. For me, what the Sega Saturn allows me to do is it allows me to get the closest thing to an arcade experience that I could ever get, and it provides me the most in-home arcade nostalgia without actually having an arcade in my house. And the reason that I say that is because the Saturn is home to many of the games that I used to play in the arcades, and that includes everything from X-Men versus Street Fighter, X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter, just all of those, that whole Capcom versus Marvel, the beginning stages. I played that in the arcades all the time. I played Metal Slug X, which I also know I don't think they have Metal Slug X on the Sega Saturn, but I do know that they have a Metal Slug game out on the Sega Saturn, which allows me to get a little bit of that experience as well. And then just the tremendous amount of space shooters. The Saturn has the best, hands down, shmup library, period. The only other system that I would say that has a shmup catalog that even comes close to the Saturn would be the Nintendo Switch. Now, someone else might say that there's another console, but I think the Nintendo Switch. Now, granted, the Nintendo Switch, a lot of those games are games that have been out for years already, right? They were on different consoles, and the Switch has become this great just one-stop shop for all of your shmup. All your shmup memories, rather. But if you're looking to do something a little old school and play some old school games, you can definitely do that on the Sega Saturn. With some of these games, you do have to have an import Saturn, right? So if you don't have an import Saturn, you could use a card like an Action Replay, although it doesn't always work for me because I do have a US Saturn, and then I have an import Saturn, and the Action Replay doesn't work with all the games. I don't think that works with the X-Men versus Street Fighter. I think you actually have to have an import Saturn because there's a very specific memory card that comes with that one. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments. But anyway, I'm jabbering and I'm blabbering, right? And I tend to do that when I start to share my thoughts. I'm going to get to these import games. I've only got 4 of them for you, so it'll be a quick video today. But just getting back to the Saturn, the reason why I collect for it again is because it just gives me that arcade feel. Amazing sound. I mean, the graphics, I think they, for their time, they perfected that whole, the 2D pixelated, some of the most beautiful 2D games on the Sega Saturn, and that includes everything from Astal to Guardian Heroes. I love the way the artwork is on that. I even like Three Dirty Dwarves. I like the Metal Slug looks amazing on it, and then all the shmups. I mean, Radiant Silvergun, just the colors. Darius Gaiden. I mean, Darius Gaiden is amazing in itself. Again, just try to take your mind back. I know we're in 2021, but try to take your mind back about 24, 25 years ago. This stuff was groundbreaking, right? So, anyway, without any more jabbering and blabbering, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these import games. So we're going to go ahead and kick the first one off with Burning Rangers. Now, this is a Sega Saturn game that, to get the US version, I think this thing goes all the way up to like $700-800. Not doing that for this game, especially because this one was more of a recent pickup. Now everything is in Japanese. If you kind of just look at the characters, you can kind of fiddle your way through the game, but it's frustrating. So I may start like a Burning Rangers like piggy bank and just add $1 to it every day until I get up to $1,000, and then I'll go buy US version of Burning Rangers, or hopefully I can get a patch and play this on the Polymega, right? So definitely a great game though, very very cool for its time. I just kind of like the graphics. I know this isn't the best 3D graphics, but just it looks good to me. So, and I like the gameplay. I like the whole principles. You're putting out fires. It does have a great looking gameplay. It's like an action kind of puzzle game, kind of adventure kind of. But anyway, but cool game. Check it out. It's on the Sega Saturn. I played it. I had to fiddle my way through it. I got about halfway through the first level and then just couldn't take it anymore. So that's why eventually I'm going to have to get an English version so that I can enjoy that a bit more. All right, next one up I have here is this is Last Bronx. This is a recent pickup. This was a very cheap pickup, $20. The US version of this game was like $100. So definitely not trying to do that. But yeah, this is a pretty cool game. I would definitely check it out. It's a fighter. It's like a 3D fighter. Think Virtua Fighter. Think along the lines of Tekken, just not as cool. This is like the bootleg of those games, but it's based in the Bronx, and there's not many games that are based in the Bronx. I don't really see a lot of games like centered in the Bronx, so I thought it was cool. Figured I'd pick that up. It's just unique. Next up, we have Sonic Jam. And this is one of those imports that you can actually play through. I think even though it is an import, it's Sonic. The 3D version of Sonic before we saw like the 3D Sonic on the Dreamcast, which that Sonic Adventure was just amazing, right? That was a great Sonic game. But this one was interesting, and I definitely wanted to add it just because I wanted to play through the first level just to see what it was like. This is one of those things like, I wonder what that was like. And I was able to get my hands on a really good copy for cheap. So Sonic Jam. All right, and then last but not least, this one is one that I think everyone should get a chance to experience. This is awesome. Hyperduel. I'm not sure how many folks understand how amazing of a shmup this is. Hyperduel, there's a game on the Game Boy. I think it's called Battle Unit Zeoth. Yeah, Battle Unit Zeoth. I think that's what it's called. It's on the Game Boy, and you kind of play. It's a shmup for the Game Boy, but you play as like this mech space fighter. And it's just very, very cool, especially for the Game Boy. I have it. I might see if I can grab it here in a second, because I know I've got it lying around here somewhere with my Game Boy games. But anyway, I digress. I'm jabbering and blabbering. So Hyperduel is a shmup where you can actually transform from a space shooter into a mech warrior. As you go about, because all these shmups, they kind of have the same dynamics. You fly through space, you break certain enemies that give you power-ups and things like that. So in this game, not only do you get like power-ups and boost-ups to your gun, but you get like added help. You get added mech warriors that shoot and fight on your behalf as well. And you can go from basically airplane mode to mech mode. Obviously that impacts the range of your weapons, the power of your weapons. It also affects your speed. You move a little slower as the mech, you move faster as the spaceship. But just the gameplay, the music, just the whole shmup experience, it's really great. It's really great rather. And I think that, when you definitely pick this up, and just dive through it, jump through it, I think you're really gonna enjoy it. So Hyperduel is definitely one that I would definitely recommend. And I've got a bunch of shmups on the Sega Saturn that I'll be sharing in this little Import Wednesday series that I'll get kicking off every Wednesday. But yeah, definitely check those out. I think all of these imports are worth a shot. If you don't want to pay the ridiculous Sega Saturn prices for what they're going for now, checking out the import versions are a great way to save some money and still experience some of these great Sega Saturn games. So that's all I've got for you today. I'll definitely be back with you this weekend, just sharing with you some more end of summer pickups and pre-orders that have come in. And yeah, we'll just have a good time talking about it. But thanks for stopping by and checking me out on a Wednesday. I am the Y2K Collector. You enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Hump Day.